Okay. Hello. 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 नमस्कार जी.
नमस्कार. 1 मिनट में जरा
Hello. Hello. Good evening. Namaskar. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. We are very pleased to be able to welcome those of you that have been with us for a long time now, as well as those who are new to XENA World family. I'm honored for having been entrusted with the responsibility of hosting this show. It's a true reflection of the objective of this foundation, where every family member is given opportunity. I'm here in front of you only because of the foundation has faith in people like me. I think the organizer I thank organizer for giving me this opportunity and to speak with all of you. So today's topic, as you've seen, why people are not being, the sportsmen are not being able to reach international level. That is the topic for today, I've been asked. And what is the drawback and what are the points I would like to also ask from the people in front of me, from the audience. To my knowledge, somebody said the lotus is born in a murky water. And one boxer, a famous boxer, I can't remember the name, he said, the millionaires are also found in the slums, based on the point, slum dogs millionaire. People, those who are very rough and tough from the ordinary family, if they are given a better chance to excel in the sports, they can do very well. The opportunities are there, but people are not taking full advantage of these opportunities. And government should give more incentive to the youngster to come forward and to represent the country, states in the sports activities. School, colleges, they have been doing very well. The stadiums are coming up for the sports activities. One state is very famous states, which comes into my mind is Haryana, which is all around going to help the people, those who are fond of playing games and sports. And we see they're very well-built people and coming from the farmer families and trying very hard. And we have many champions from the Haryana. And the girl, Miss Das from Assam, she has been practicing in the rice field while working along with her mother in the rice field. She was practicing running, and that was a tough exercise she has done and could win the gold for the country. Same way, if the government or the organizations provide more facilities, more incentives to the youngster to come forward to play the games. I would like to throw open this question answer if you, and ask you also to add some input from your sides in the discussion. Please, Mr. Prasad, please give your inputs.
India has a vast population, and the talent required for excelling in sports is very high. So
Correct.
for that, the grassroots level of sports persons has to be shortlisted, and most of these talents are based in the remote areas where they do not have the infrastructure to
Correct.
these sports. So India being a vast populated country, it can excel more than other any developed countries.
True.
So we have done quite well in this present Commonwealth Games, but still we can do much better, provided there is good support from the government for training and development.
Correct.
So the main drawback here is the proper training of the athletes who have the talent. And for that, we have to approach the government bodies for taking up the challenge of developing raw talent.
Correct.
Special case is Haryana, where you see a lot of emerging players who have excelled in their field because they have the support of the Haryana government and
Yes.
they're getting proper treatment, proper training, and just because of that, they are doing excelling in sports.
Correct.
So I would certainly would request the Indian government to take up this challenge and prove that India has got the capabilities to do much better than what we are doing now.
Correct.
So that is my humble request. We should, of course, take up with the government and make it a point, Mr. Anurag Thakur, to take up the challenge and see what best he can do for India.
Correct. You're very right. The stress should be given more on training and facilities, which are lacking in many places.
Yeah.
And
because major sports contestants are based in the rural areas where there is no infrastructure. And for that, they require funds to start the basic training.
correct.
There, the government only can reach them and train them. So that is
Yes.
why India is lagging behind in winning the medals. So it is up to them, up to the government to do best they can do for now that sports people have started excelling in various games. So they should give proper attention to raw talents available in India.
Very correct. Very rightly said. Just like government has been giving incentive to the far-flung areas, kind of reservation to come forward to join the pool. But there is no centrally facilities.
Sports is an area where the reservations will not work because talent pays. Talent is everything. So you have to do your best, and that's where reservation does not count.
Yeah, reservation
But
means
only
they should be given preference.
support of the government. Preference provided they are talented.
Exactly. because we have area like Northeast, and many people are coming from Northeast now, coming forward and winning golds. And so it's amazing. So the same way the government should give incentive to, or
all
give
the
them
talented
yes,
sports person.
facility to come to big cities or learn, enjoy the facilities of this provided by the government.
Haryana sports person from Haryana, they are doing well because they are basically people belonging to the farmers family. And
Yes,
Haryana's farmers are well settled, well monetary wise, as well as the food also is very healthy. So they
yes,
get proper support from their own families also. So that
yes,
is one big positive of the Haryana doing very well in the games.
correct. Haryana, of course, the farmers are rich. They can afford to provide good food, good quality food and milk to the athlete in their family. But when we compare to other places, everybody is not getting this facility of
Yes,
good
yes,
diet, good food that is missing. So there
correct.
should be also support in that area also.
I mean,
What do you
basically,
think?
this is a support required from the government. They like the way cricket is being dealt with. In the same way, all the other sports should also be given proper support. Without government support, it is not possible.
Yes, that's correct. Or
If
maybe
you see the kind of support being given to the Indian cricket board, you see a lot of new talents coming up every day in cricket. But that is not so with the other sports categories
true. Government is
because
also
cricket is giving support from the government and not individual talent. I mean, individual financial support. It is the government which is providing them support, and they are extending every new. I mean, the IPL which is being sponsored and which is being played is generating a lot of talent. The
Mhm.
same way, they have to do something on those lines where the other athletes, sports person can develop themselves through those games.
True, very true, very correct. I've heard a story of a athlete in Northeast, a lady weightlifter who was going all the way about 100 kilometer, 90 kilometer away or 80 kilometer away to the place to learn this, to get this facility of training. And she used to take lift on a truck to go up and down. And then ultimately she requested the local temple to allow her to stay there. And the temple allowed her to stay there, and there was no place to stay. She lifted stone herself and built the terrace, a place for herself to stay there. And she won a gold ultimately. And we see more and more people are coming from rural area, and they are more on the ground. They are more in with the nature, and getting trained in the nature itself also. It's very interesting. And the city peoples are not much interested. Maybe there should be more incentive for the sports also. Like the government is giving incentive to the people if excelling sports to join railway or air force or wherever in the defense also. If somebody is good in sports, they are given preference for the joining. Same way, the private company should also give some incentive or sponsorship or something in the sports area, so that more and more youngsters come up in the city also. Don't you think?
I mean, government should not only provide financial help, they should provide the infrastructure
Correct.
for entertaining.
True. That's
No
very
doubt the raw talent is available in the remote areas of India,
yeah.
but they cannot train themselves because there is no infrastructure.
Yes.
Even if you provide them, even the funds will not help them, but because there is no infrastructure. So the proper support has to be given, and then they can excel.
True.
Then we can expect India to do much better in the coming years, in the coming world sports, and do much better.
That's true. In the name of infrastructure, nowadays we see most of the state governments, city authorities, they are providing kind of exercise facilities in most of the garden. We see they are very modern parallel bar, swings, and other body movement for training are installed in most of the garden, but very few people are using it. I see in my colony also, they're very nice. These things have come up, but not many people are using it. So, so there's motivation is lacking. That's what I think.
Yeah, motivation is lacking because they don't have the infrastructure. The family is very poor. So even if they are capable, they can't. So both the things have to be provided to them, unless if they have to be trained and given the right environment to go ahead.
Okay, that's good. Anybody else has any question or input? Please come in. Otherwise,
What little I could understand, I mean, if we dig deep into the objective part of when we use a single line
Sound
as
Rajiv,
when
sound.
we use now, is it clear?
yes.
Okay. I said whenever we use, I would say, coin the phrase of requirement that government has to chip in with more support, and the support could be in various form: infrastructure, incentive, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, all this basically amounts to money, investing more money into building the overall infrastructure or the ecosystem for sports.
Yes.
I'll just like to bring in 2 points, which basically will help you both panelists who have done so well so far. One is, are we investing enough money? Now, look at, you can Google and find out, look at the recently concluded Commonwealth Games. The number of countries that participated, each country, the number of sports person that they sent, the delegation or the contingent, whatever you call it, and how many officials were
कर रहा है हम लोग वाइब्रेट कर रहा है
how many officials were covering that particular event. Now compare that with the case of India. I don't have to say any further. The only clue that I can give is it is not that government of India is not infusing sufficient fund. It is. But if the lion share of that fund is for the authorities.
Correct.
You may on paper show that for archery, for boxing association, for A, B, C, X, Y, Z, whatever amount has been allocated. That means that sports got that much of allocation.
Okay.
Of the allocation, how much was spent on the sports person? And how much was spent on the authorities and the other things?
Officials, correct. You're right.
Okay. Now, this is a very peculiar case of why, having graduated through identifying talent, grooming talent, training talent, and like that, you come to the stage wherein the talent becomes an accomplished sports person. And then when it comes to performing, something is missing. It does not happen. It won't be surprising if somebody can do a dig on this and try to find out. This is one clue that I would like to share. And second clue, which all of us as parents, we have seen, हमारे generation में तो होता ही था, but I'm quite sure even today's generation, it is happening in every second home. But for there are local factors which plays a major role in the development of mindset that a career, be it academic, be it sports, be it farming, be it anything, end of the day, if you're successful, that is a very good career. One simple example, the whole of Northeast. Their way of looking at sports is more in the context of they give weightage to sports as much as what they give weightage to academics. So the talent is given the free hand to choose where the person is finding more comfort. If it is academic, the person goes there. If it is sports, the person goes there. If it is farming or anything else, the person goes there. That is the kind of environment in this society which is prevalent. Majority of India, what is the prevalent culture at home? Sports, games, बाद में, पहले पढ़ाई करो.
True.
अब वो पहले पढ़ाई करो का एक कट ऑफ बांध दिया जाता है कि एटलीस्ट 5वीं तक तो अच्छा करो, 10वीं तक तो अच्छा करो, 12वीं तक तो अच्छा करो, ग्रेजुएशन तक तो अच्छा करो. जब आप एक टैलेंट को ये माइंडसेट से उसकी अपब्रिंगिंग करा रहे हो, तो कहीं ना कहीं उसके साइकोलॉजी में अल्टीमेटली जब वो चूज करता है अपने टैलेंट के आधार पे स्पोर्ट्स को, उसकी सबकॉन्शियस में he has made a second choice in life. He has not made a first choice in life. फर्स्ट चॉइस उसकी लाइफ की होती, अगर लोअर केजी अपर केजी से हमारे समाज में ऐसा कोई सिस्टम रहता जो हम स्पॉटिंग टैलेंट, नर्चरिंग टैलेंट एंड इक्वेटिंग इंपॉर्टेंस वाइज, वो स्पोर्ट्स है कि वो पढ़ाई है, बराबर है, कैरियर, दोनों में कल के तारीख में बराबर की इज्जत, बराबर के पैसे की मिलेगी। क्या हमारे समाज में ऐसा माहौल दिया जाता है?
I think not yet.
तो अगर मेरे कहने पे ये 2 क्लू खाली मैं दिया, एक सिर्फ ये मात्र कह लेना that we need more support from the government. If you try to define it, तो you will find और कितना चाहिए वो बात की बात। अभी जितना हो रहा है उसमें I think this is a wrong word, pilferage, but I would use the word सही हाथों में जो पैसा रिलीज किया गया वो जा पा रहा है क्या?
वहां शक वाली बात है। That's true.
मतलब I don't know, while speaking to me, if anybody can Google and find out कि हमारे पूरे स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन की कंटिजेंट कितनी थी कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स में और कितने हमारे ऑफिशियल्स गए थे।
ऑफिशियल गए थे।
दैट कुड बी एन आई ओपनर। तो मेरे तरफ से आज के वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक में ये 2 बर्निंग थिंग था which I had to share, and I think now you both can carry forward.
Very good point given by Rajiv ji, and some of these points are eye opener. You're very right. The money is there, but where the money is going, that is the question. And the money should go, the major share should go to the athletes and not to the other delegation, those who are just going for the maybe sightseeing, enjoying the trip. That's what's happening under the excuse of games, international games, contingent. He's right. There are few athletes and more officials going on a trip to enjoy the holiday. So I think thank you all for joining us today and giving us input, very valuable inputs by some of you, and points to ponder, how to improve on the talent, the nurturing of the talent, making them into a international level sports person. It's a major responsibility which is not depending only on the government, but you rightly said, it's also the responsibility of the parents. And again, parents give more preference to the education first, and then that we have to balance it. It's not only sports. I mean, whether somebody is competing or not competing, it is also a development of the person. Physical development, his mental development, his all-round development. Sports is a very good thing. So I think we have done good today, and you all have joined. Thank you for joining us today. And we hope you will keep joining us on our different topic in the future. And I thank you all for joining us once again. Namaskar.
Namaskar.